Hey, welcome. I'm Suzanna Kaye, here to tell you a little bit more about all the various types of the Rocketbooks. Ever since my video about putting your Rocketbook on steroids 3 years ago with bullet journal style tips, I have had so many questions about my Rocketbook. I've had this one for 3 years, and this was one of the first ones that came out. Since then, they have had so many other types of Rocketbooks come out, and I get asked all the time which one is right for me. So let's go through this. Now this right here is not how it normally looks. I've stuck stickers all over the front of this. This is the Everlast, is what it was originally called. Now it's called the Core. And it's just a basic Rocketbook. So you can see I've written all inside of it. And what makes a Rocketbook unique is that it is a reusable notebook. So you can use a damp cloth to erase the writing on the page. It uses special friction pens that come with it. You can also buy these at office supply stores very easily. They work on regular paper too, but these friction pens are erasable, and it just takes some water to wipe it off. You can reuse the page, and the special about the Rocketbook is that you can use the Rocketbook app to scan your pages directly to destinations that you've already set up. So whether it's a specific folder on Google Drive, Evernote, your email address, any of those cloud storage places like Box and Dropbox and all of those. So you set up the destinations, and there are little icons at the bottom that show you exactly that you can mark off. You put an X on, and whatever you've X'd off, when you scan the page, it will send your page directly there. So it makes scanning ideas and notes so much easier. So like I mentioned, this is the general Core Rocketbook. This is an old one. I've added tabs to it. Stickers does not come with the tabs. Watch some of my other videos for some of my tricks on tabs and hacks and questions answered. But this just basically has very light dots on the page, but it's basically all a notebook of blank pages. Super thin, super light. I travel with it everywhere. Like, I think this has been to about 10 countries now in the past 3 years because it's so easy to take on a plane, wipe it off, reuse it. But that's the Core. Now, they have a bunch of other types of Rocketbooks. So this is the Fusion Rocketbook. A lot of the time, your Rocketbooks will come in a bag like this. At least they have up until this point. The Orbit's the first one that I've gotten that did not. So you just open up the bag. This is my first time opening this one. So this is the Fusion, as I mentioned. They come in various sizes. So the Core, you can get it in smaller size, medium size. I'll show you the smaller size in a minute. But I ordered the smaller size of the Fusion in orange. They have different colors. So as you can see, you get the Rocketbook, you get a new cloth. And these cloths are for when you wipe it off, then drying it off. They're really handy to use the cloth. And then usually it will also come in the side packet is with a pen. And these are the friction pens. So check out my other videos for more about the different pens and how to erase it and all of that stuff. But the Core has various sizes. I bought a non-Rocketbook case. I don't like Rocketbook's case that they sell. But for my smaller size of that Core style, so just the blank pages. And again, I stuck stickers all over the front of it. Normally it's just the logo for Rocketbook. So the Fusion, what's different about the Fusion is this one has various templates already in the notebook. It still has the ability to scan it, use the icons, but this one has like a project list. It has your daily agendas for each day of the week. It has a calendar. It has like a project management tracking, objectives, key results, action plan, and reflections. And then it has like a way to jot down ideas and rate them. And then the rest are just the little tiny light gray dots on blank paper or lined paper. It's all that's in the back of the Fusion. So if you want a few templates in the beginning of your notebook, then the Fusion is quite useful. But that's the Fusion in orange. They have, like I mentioned, several colors. I don't have all the colors. There's no need for me to buy all the colors. That'd be a lot. Next is the Panda Planner. And I'll be doing a video about what I think of the Panda Planner and more in depth on it. but this is Rocketbook's version of a planner. So I added the tabs so I can quickly find which days of the week I'm currently at, or which month or week. But the Panda Planner is also still erasable, reusable. You can plan your month, your week, and your days. So it has things such as your goal setting, milestones, target metrics, roadmap. This was actually one of the few that I actually use a lot, is the roadmap. Any obstacles, motivation, things like that. And then it goes into week planning. So that would be the week of page. And then you have daily planning, which would have your morning routines, your evening routines, priorities, place to schedule, things like that. And then the very front of the book, it has the calendar that you can enter the dates yourself. So if you're looking for something that's more of a planning template, then the Panda Planner. And this is in one of the blue shades. Now, I don't have the matrix. The matrix is basically graph paper. So it's an entire Rocketbook with graph lined paper instead of the dot matrix or lines. The flip is similar to the core. I don't have the flip, but it's like the core where it's the larger size, but the binding is at the top. So instead of flipping open to the side, like the core does, the flip will flip up. So if you're left-handed, it might be a little bit easier to use the flip than it would to use the core. Now this is the mini. I love this one. I just did a whole video about how I keep track of my to-dos with my mini. I even cut one of the pages out and used it as a desk to do for my to-dos for the day on my desk. But the mini is fantastic. It's super small. It can fit in my purse or a pocket or on my desk without taking up a lot of room. And it's just basically all the little tiny dot blank pages. So the mini is super easy. It does not have the icons at the bottom, but most of the time what I'm using the mini for, I don't need to scan. And those few times that I do need to scan, the app will let you choose where you want to scan it to. So it's not a problem. The wave is another one like the core, where it's the blank pages and you can write on it, but instead of erasing it with the water only, you can microwave the whole notebook. It's the only one that you can microwave. Do not microwave anything but the wave. But when you use the wave version of Rocketbook, you can put the whole thing in the microwave according to their directions, and it'll erase all of the pages for you. So it's just kind of fun. I don't usually want to erase all of the pages at once with my Rocketbook, so I have not gotten the wave. I have not tried it out because, yeah, I usually have a couple pages that I'm not ready to erase yet. Then the most recent one that has come out that I just got about 2 weeks ago maybe from Kickstarter is the Orbit. Now the Orbit is the first one that did not come in one of those plastic cases. It came in like their own little zipper pack. But the Orbit is different because it has these little page packets. And these page packets have different templates that you can get. So right now I'm using one that I actually have, I'll talk about more about the Orbit in a different video, but they have templates like they have a scheduling template. They have a template that's just lines. And a lot of the templates have some lined pages and some regular. I don't remember all of the templates off the top of my head. I think, oh, no, that's not the one. But there are a couple of things that I don't like about the Orbit. So I will be doing, there we go. I will be doing a video about the Orbit and I'll be hacking it a little bit. There are some hacks that I'm going to do to my Orbit to make me like it better. But one of the things that I do really love is that this is kind of like your own clipboard. So it's nice and solid. And the magnet packs, you can change out magnet packs, put a new one on it very easily. It flips up instead of over, which is kind of nice. And it has a spot for your pen. So the friction pen just slides on there. So it is very handy to have this board, but it's not very protected. I don't like not being able to change out pages and stuff like that. Some of the page packs that you can get are blank, lined, the dot grid, a Cornell note style, graph paper, the music staff, a daily and a weekly type of pack. So those are the page packs available as of right now. But like I said, this just released. I got the blue. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this, if they make any changes or offer new page packs or anything like that. So that is the Orbit. Now, Rocketbook does not just stick with only the actual notebooks. They do have some other things such as beacons and such like that. So I'll go into a couple of those. The beacons, they come in a little pack like this. And what beacons are these little triangles. So what you can do is if you have a whiteboard, imagine this is like a full-size whiteboard, but if you had a whiteboard, they stick and they're removable. So you can put them on, you can take them back off, but you can put the beacons on all four corners of your whiteboard on the wall, and then it will help you scan your whiteboard to Rocketbook. You can also scan your whiteboard with the beacons to a specific URL so people can watch you use your whiteboard live, basically. So as you're writing through that URL, I believe you can keep taking shots or like screencast using your whiteboard, which is really, really cool. If you have a large whiteboard bigger than like 8 feet, then you might need 2 packs to make it like a supersized whiteboard. But the beacons are fun. They probably will work with things other than just whiteboards too. So I'm going to be testing these out with some other ideas that I have for the beacons. But that's one of the other things that they have. They also do have like this sticky whiteboard. It's kind of like a self-sticking whiteboard that's small. They call it the Think Board. There we go. So they have ones that are 8.5, 11 and sizes up to like a 2 by 3 foot size that you can peel and stick on things. And then they already have the beacons as part of that whiteboard. They're already like, I guess, always attached. So you can use the beacons for that whiteboard and stick that wherever you need to, which is super handy. And it's dry erase. Instead of the friction pens, you're using dry erase pens. Then they have the cloud cards. So cloud cards are Rocketbook's version of index cards. And they're scannable and rewritable, but they're the index card size, made out of Rocketbook paper that you would use the friction pens on. So those are kind of cool too. I don't have those. I did not find the need to get the index cards. And then finally, they do have some covers for the Rocketbook. Now, these are not their covers. I was not a huge fan of their covers. They call them Capsule. There's the Capsule 2, and there's the Flip Capsule, I believe is the other one that will go with the Rocketbook Flip. But they look similar to these. But these I actually got off of Amazon through a seller, and these are awesome. So I don't enjoy the Rocketbook ones, but I do love having a cover for my Rocketbook. So this is the one that I prefer, rather the ones on the website. And these are Kaitiaki, Kaitiaki. That's the brand that the covers are. You can see Kaitiaki. So you just take your Rocketbook. You can slide it right in. Let me slide this in here to show you. Okay, so once you put your Rocketbook inside of the holder, just slides in from the back thing. You can open it up, flip it around. It has some little pockets, which are nice, and a larger pocket, which I usually use to keep my like sponge and drying rack cloth. So when I clean it off, it's right there. And it has a little see-through pocket and a pen holder. So this is super handy to have, and it makes it just feel like nice. I feel fancier with my Rocketbook inside this, and it protects it when I'm traveling because I'm not always nice and gentle with my Rocketbook. So instead of the capsules that Rocketbook has, I really like these by Kaitaki. Kaitiaki. I think I'm saying that right. They have a smaller version as well. Check out those on Amazon, and I hope that you enjoy those. But that's all of the different types of the Rocketbook that they have as of right now. I'm sure that they will come out with some more and adjust some things, but that should give you a good overview. If you want to learn more about Rocketbook, I've got videos about my favorite hacks that I've done. I've got my top questions about the Rocketbook. I've got how to use your Rocketbook with the bullet journal style or productivity tips with your how to put your Rocketbook on steroids. There are so many videos out there on that and other productivity and organizing videos on my channel. So I hope that you subscribe. If you want to learn more about me, check out www.suzannakaye.com. And as usual, I love you. Bye.